File this under the insanity of capitalism, outright idiocy, and foreclosure nightmare. Katie Barnett of McArthur, Ohio, took a 2-week vacation away from home, assuming all of her belongings would still be in place when she returned. But as it turned out, that wasn't the case. Upon returning to her home, she found that her key didn't work, which was sort of bizarre considering it's her actual home key. Baffled but determined, she managed to slither through one of her windows to discover that all of her belongings had vanished in a seemingly thorough robbery. After calling the police, she found out several weeks later that First National Bank, which is astonishingly not even her own bank, had inexplicably and inanely foreclosed on her house instead of the house across the street. The police then deemed the case closed. Thanks for your help. According to the virtuosos over at the bank, their repo guy's GPS had brought him to her home, so it had to be correct, because when is GPS ever wrong? It turns out the correct address was 509, not 514. Whoops! The repo guys, or bank, proceeded to break into her home, change her locks, and get rid of all of her belongings by either selling them, giving them away, or tossing them in the nearest dumpster. How did her neighbors not notice a group of people breaking into her house and then methodically hauling her possessions away? Perhaps she needs new neighbors that are more in tune with the world around them. To make matters worse, when Barnett gave the bank president an $18,000 estimate for her discarded items, the president scoffed at her, saying, "We're not paying you retail here. That's just the way it is." The president of the bank that ineffably broke into the wrong foreclosed house and then stole all of her possessions had the audacity to give her attitude about replacing the very items they mistakenly got rid of. Needless to say, Barnett is angry, saying, "They make it sound like I'm trying to rip off the bank. All I want is my stuff back." Of course, replacing personal sentimental items, such as pictures, is impossible. But the least they could do is pay her, fire the repo company, and admit they are just lowly, inept bankers.